Hey, I think she's like, no. It's like, see, I'm not the last one. Oh, good afternoon, almost. Hey, guys. So everyone has a squishy ball, and then everyone has, we're going to start standing. Don't get too relaxed. I did that class this morning. Oh, was it full?
Okay. I can take this off. No, be careful what you say because it's all being videoed. It's all being recorded.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm not good at that.
Okay, hi guys at home. How you guys too? Okay.
I didn't know I thought she was doing yeah, I did last time.
I know it's a little confusing. Anyway, so I just do the whole thing up here so everyone at home can see. I'm looking around and correct right now, just as we're doing, while we're doing these Zooms. But yeah, that's kind of the deal. So grab your weights. You don't need your squishy ball yet. Start with your feet about hip distance apart. All right, and then just stand nice and tall. So shoulders down away from your ears, feel the top of your head reaching up, heels pressing down, and everything in between is neutral. So when you are neutral, your shoulders, your ribs, your hips, and your heels should be in line, so you're not kind of anywhere there, right? So try and stay as tall as you can. And then we're just gonna open our arms right out. So reach fingertips away from fingertips, and then slow control back down. So do that again, straight up. Have a little pause, and then control as you come down. So when you're moving your arms, think of moving from the part of your body, part of your arm, closest to your core. So it's gonna be up here, as opposed to just swinging your weights around, right? So think of your upper arms lifting and your upper arms lowering. Good. Up and control. So this is the concentric work here. This is the eccentric work. We really want to feel both. So don't just lift and then let gravity pull your arms down. Control. Go for 4 more. Straight up. Control. And 3. Control. Last 2. And down. And then go 1 more. Right up. And then stay. Turn your palms to face forward. You're going to go in and out. So in, reaching back, keeping your body neutral. So if you open your arms too wide, you're going to end up there. We don't want to be there. We want to keep our ribs tight around our center, so our arms move independently of really anything else in our body. Ribs stay tight around your center. Core stays connected for 4. And in, go for 3. Reach. And in, last 2. And in, and then go 1 more. You're going to go out. Stay. Now bend your elbows in, and then reach them straight out. In and reach. Now you're going to come in like this, and then you're going to reach and twist. A little fancy there. In and twist. Right. Doesn't stay with me very well so far. Let's see if I can throw you a loop here. Go 4 more like this. In, twist. 3. In, twist. Good job, guys. 2. Last 1. Reach out, and then just lower your arms all the way down. Your shoulders in. Okay. And then we're going to bend down. So when you bend down, just like you would a squat, your tailbone comes down first, your ribs stay tight around your center. We're going to come down and then bend our elbows to 90-degree angles. So your core is engaged, keeping you in this position. This would be a much easier position to be in. We don't want to be there. We're going to go arms back and then stay with them reaching back. So your palms face one another. You're going to open out and squeeze in. Just out and squeeze. Keeping your hands right above your bum. Out and in for 4. Out. 3. Out. Squeeze. Last 2. Squeeze. Last 1. Squeeze in. Stay. Make sure you're not arching your back. You're keeping your ribs tight around your center. Now from here, bend and reach. Good. In. Keeping your neck nice long, so you're looking down a little bit. Not here. Not all the way down. Just long. Go for 4. Reach long. Elbows stay pretty still in space. Reach. 3. reach, last two, in, reach, last one, in, reach straight back, and then bring those arms all the way forward. Roll out. Okay, now keeping your feet about hip distance apart, we're gonna step our right foot back. So reach back so you're in a nice lunge position. Your right heel reaches away from the top of your head, so you don't want to be here in a loop, you want to be in a straight line, like that. Looking down towards the edge of your mat, or your feet in front of your left foot there. Now bend your elbows, hold when you're there. Keep that length through your spine, your hips are nice and square. Step your right leg in, and then stand all the way up, and then come back down and reach out. Nice long line through your spine, bend it in, light touch with your right toe, stand up, pressing through your left, come down, and reach. Do that again, in, down, and reach. Good. In, down, reach long. Good. 4 more. And up, down, oh, what did I do? Down, there we go. Wait a sec, in, up, down, and back. I'm gonna keep my focus in, up, down, and back. Last one, in, up, down, and back. And now you're gonna stay right here. Now reach your arms right up. Holding when you're there, can you balance on your left? Holding right here. Take a breath for 5. Take a breath for 4. Keep reaching for 3, 2, and then all the way down, all the way in. Step that foot in, all the way up. Job, guys. Give those legs a little roll out. And then feel that? Same thing, other side. Okay, so keep those feet hip distance apart. We're gonna step our left back. Hold when you're there. Your elbows are nice and bent. Keep reaching away from that left heel. So you're here, pop that toes down, up, come down, and reach. In, really thinking about length through your body. Down, find that length. In, straight up, down, in, exhale, abs deepen, and down. 4 more. In, constant pressure through that right heel and right big toe. Last couple. In, reach, in, press up. Last one. In, reach, in, press through that right heel, right big toe, and then come down. Kick it out, stay there. Even weight through the inside and outside of this right leg. Let's reach those arms up and then forward that little bit. Really reaching fingertips from toes. Hold for 5, hold for 4, hold for 3, 2. Drop it down, come all the way in. Give those legs a little shake out. Good job. Okay, so now let's come, we're gonna go move laterally. So when we move one leg out to the side, your body wants to go the opposite way to counterbalance you. We're not going to let it. Turn your palms to face up for this set. So start about hip distance apart. Straight down. Hold when you're down. So extra pressure through your left heel, left big toe. Kick your right leg out. Hold when you're there. Take a breath. And then slow pull back in. So trying to minimize that movement. Just out. And in. Good. Exhale out. And in. Very good for 4. And in. Go for 3. And in. Keep your elbows a teeny bit away from your body so those arms have to keep working. Last 2. And in. Last 1. And in. Press through that left heel. Come all the way up. Hold there. Now you're going to come up with your right leg. Stay right there. And go this leg to the side. Out. And in. Open up. And it doesn't matter how far you go, think about your pelvis staying still. So not doing anything like that. Pelvis stays still. Go for 4. Nice long spines. In. Go for 3. Good job, guys. Good balance. Last 2. And in. And then go 1 more. Out. Bring her in. Tap those toes down. Have that little roll out. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So start about hip distance apart. Elbows bend, bend down low, holding there. Again, your ribs are tighter under center. You're neutral. You're gonna kick your lefty out. Hold when you're there, and then just pull it back in. Pressing up through your right heel, right big toe, and pull back in. So if you're right-handed, this side might feel easier to stay stable. And in, exhale out, inhale back. Elbows that little bit from your waistlines. Keep those arms working for 4. And in, 3 more. And in, constant pressure through your right heel. Back, last one. And in, press through your right heel, come all the way up. Take a breath. Now lift that lefty, holding there. Reaching the top of your head up towards the ceiling. Let's open out. And in. Out. Control. Back. Exhale. Good job, guys. And in. Go for 3. And in. Last 2. And in. Last 1. In. Drop those toes. Give those legs a little shake. Awesome. Give those shoulders a roll out. Okay, guys, we're going to come onto our mats now. So keep your weights handy. Grab your squishy ball. We're going to start with our ball and your weights down by your sides. All right. So pop the squishy ball between your inner thighs. Just lie flat. So this is an easier position to feel your neutral. So your pelvis is slightly tipping away from you. So you can feel just a tiny little space behind your lumbar spine. The back of your rib cage is heavy and your shoulder blades are heavy. So if you were working and you kind of end up in a position like this or like this, just know that's not really where you want to be. You want to be neutral. We all have that little curve in our lumbar spine we want to keep as we're working. So from here, just nice and slow, you're going to press into your heels. Just lift your body up in one piece. You're going to lift your hips straight up to the ceiling. Hold when you're up there. Give the ball a little bit of a squeeze. And then roll down. So when you roll down, think of pressing one vertebra down at a time all the way until you're down and in neutral. Back with that little space behind your low back. Do that again. Press your hips up in one piece and then roll all the way down again. Nice and controlled. There. Go 2 more like that. Press up in one piece. And roll down, just gently squeezing the ball. And then 1 more. Let's press up. Roll all the way down. And stay. Now let's roll up as well. So now think belly button to spine. I'm going to get rid of that space behind your low back. Instead of moving up in one piece, we're peeling each vertebra off the mat one at a time. End up in that nice high hip lift. And then articulate back down, so rolling through that spine 1 vertebrae at a time as you come down. Good, take a breath. And then do that again, belly button to spine, your tailbone comes off the mat, then each vertebra until you're resting kind of on those shoulder blades. When you roll down, let each vertebrae press down 1 at a time. Come to neutral. And then 1 more like that. Belly button to spine, pressing those heels. Slowly articulate all the way down. Come back to neutral and stay. So keeping everything kind of below your belly button the same. We're going to bring our hands behind our head. So elbows hover off the mat just a little bit. Let's inhale. So take a nice big breath. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your upper body up to flexion. So your chin tucks into your chest a little bit. Your ribs, your lowest couple of ribs, move down towards the top of your hip bones. And then slowly lower back down. Come all the way back to the mat. So this is an ab prep. If you've done a, I'm sure everyone's done a sit-up, you would come much higher, right? We want to keep our body totally still in this neutral as we move. So tuck your chin that little bit. As you come up to flexion, again, nothing moves below your belly button. So your tailbone kind of wants to lift, don't let it. Slowly come back down. So it's just your upper body moving. Your core is working, keeping your pelvis still. Tuck your chin again, exhale up. Inhale, slow coming down. Go 2 more like that. Not that chin, that little bit. Exhale up. Good job. Looking towards your knees, trying to look to the ceiling. Look towards your knees or your ball, and then right down. Last one here. Tuck your chin that little bit. Exhale, come on up, and then stay when you're up there. Good. So you're looking towards your ball or your knees or whatever. Your pelvis is neutral, so you can all feel that little space behind your low back, right? From here, just squeeze the ball nice and tight for 6. Little release. Squeeze for 5. Exhale, abs deepen as your inner thighs squeeze. Go for 4. Think of those ribs, those lowest couple of ribs staying nice and close towards the top of your hip bone. 3. Control. Exhale. 2. Control. Inner thighs and abs work together, so you can probably feel those low abs as well as those upper abs. Last one. Hold that squeeze slowly. Let's lower all the way down. And then hold at the bottom. Okay, pop that ball off to the side. Hands by your sides. All right, so palms back up towards the ceiling. From here, belly button towards your spine, just like we did before. Hip rolling, lift those hips right up. Hold when you're at the top. So we should all be able to touch our heels with our fingertips. If you can, just walk your heels in a little closer. You're good, okay. And let's think about our knees reaching away from the top of our head. So think about that dynamic movement, that dynamic kind of stretch as we're moving, all right? Keep knees reaching from the top of your head. Keep even weight in your shoulders. You're gonna lift your right heel. So you're just on your right toes. So you can either stay there, any newbies are welcome to do that. If you would like a little extra, lift your leg right up to the tabletop. Only if you can keep your hips level. Yeah, very good, guys. Okay, so now from here, slowly drop your hips down. You're almost going to touch the mat, and then you're going to press straight back up. So hips drop together, they're level. Hips lift. Go for 4. Slow, press up. Go for 3. Slow, press up. 2 more. And up. 1 more. Inhale down. Exhale, press, lift, stay. Drop those right toes all the way down. Drop that heel. Roll all the way down, so melting through your spine, back to neutral. Take a breath, and then come back up again. So belly button to your spine, press through your heels, lift. So even weight on your shoulders right now. Your hips are level. Extra little bit of pressure with your right heel and right big toe as you lift your left heel. Remember, you can stay here, or you can bring your leg right up. Hold there. Okay, you ready? You're coming down. Slow, press, lift. If you feel your back at all, I would bring your toes down. But really think about your abdominals, keeping your body still as you move your body up and down. Nothing kind of changes in the shape of your spine, right? 2 more. Exhale, straight up. Trying to keep your weight as even in your shoulders as you can. Last one, press straight up. Hold, lower your left toe, ball, heel, and then roll all the way down, come right through to neutral. Good. Okay, now from here, grab your ball again. It's going to go under your right foot. Hips are level, knees are both pointing straight up. Just let your right foot be heavy on the ball to start. Okay, so we're going to bring the hands behind our head again. Elbows cover off the back. Nod your chin that little bit, come up to flexion, and then stay when you're up there. Okay, so now from here, lift your left heel. I'm just going to give you a couple different options. So left heel can lift. You're light on your left toes. You should feel a little bit more low abs. That's a great position to be in. If you want a little more, you can get up here. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. I'm going to just stay at this in betweener. So your right foot now, let's let it be a little bit light on the ball. So if both your toes are down, they're both staying light. Everyone's going to the hardest option. I guess I better take 2. Okay, so we're going to slowly roll that right leg away that little bit. You don't need to straighten. You can if you want. Slowly pull back in. So as your right leg moves away, don't just press into the ball and let your weight be heavy. Stay light as you reach. Stay light as you pull in. Now let's add a little bit of upper body to this. So inhale as you come back with your upper body and your leg reaches. Exhale. Your head should be heavy in your hands. Move nice and slowly. Try not to feel all the tension in your neck. Your arms are doing some of the work here, reaching. but it's mostly abs, less neck. 2 more. Last one, reaching. Exhale, come right on up, hold, lower your left toes down, let your right foot be heavy, lower all the way down. Feel okay? Yeah. Okay. Left foot on top of the ball, right foot hip distance apart from that lefty. Okay, so left foot is light to start. Remember, you can lift just your right heel if you want, or get more high achievers here. We're gonna lift our right leg all the way up. Okay, so then from there, tuck your chin, curl up and stay. So even waistlines, even weight on your hips. Nice and slow and controlled. Reach that left leg away. You don't need to go all the way out, whatever feels good. Slowly pulling back in. Yes, you can add that upper body if you want, reaching your upper body back that little bit. As you come up, slide your ribs down to the tops of your hip bones. Your floating ribs, those lowest couple of ribs. Think of them moving away from your hips and then sliding them back towards your hips. Head stays heavy in your hands. Exhale. Go for 3. Exhaling. Go for 2. Keep that lefty as light as you can, but if you start to feel your back, you can let it be heavier. Last one. Lower your right foot down, let your left foot be heavy. Lower your upper body all the way. Good job, guys. Okay, hug those knees and have a little roll side to side there. Little roll around, and then grab that ball. Pop it back up to the side. Okay, so we've been in neutral the whole time we've been working here. I'm going to give you a little option. When we lift both legs up, we can come into an imprint just to keep our low back safe. Everyone seems very strong, so I'm totally fine for you all to stay neutral. But if you start to feel your low back, just basically press your lumbar spine down like I did there. If you don't, go stay neutral. It's more work for your core. So let's start with both heels. Just lift them up so you're on your toes. So you're really light on your toes. You should feel your abs working a little bit harder when you're lighter on your toes. Let's make sure that our palms are facing up so we're nice and relaxed through our upper body. And then we're going to bring our right leg to tabletop. So knee above your hip. Stay there, and then bring your left leg up as well. So with both legs up, tons of work in your low abs. Like I was saying, if you start to feel your low back, press your lumbar spine down. You can also bring your knees closer to your chest. That's fine. Okay, legs squeeze together, knees above your hips. Totally relaxing that upper body. Move your thighs 2 inches away from you. And then pull your thighs 2 inches back in. So super small, all low abs. 2 inches away. I know it looks like I'm hardly moving. It's a lot of work. Out 2 inches, hold, in 2 inches, stay. So the goal is to move your legs away without letting your spine change shape. So keeping that nice neutral, imprint is fine as well, as your legs move away and as they pull back in. Go 2 more like this. And in. Last one, send those legs away that little bit, pull them back in, and then stay. Knees above your hips. Now from here, reach your right leg. Don't let your left one come in closer, I know it wants to, and then bring your right leg back to that perfect tabletop. Left leg reaches out, and then bring it right back in. So right leg reaches, don't let your left move, and then pull back in. You can have your hands on your thighs. Don't let that bent leg come in closer. Pull back in. It doesn't matter if your straight leg goes all the way straight. It doesn't matter how low it goes. Think about what the opposite leg is doing. Reach and in. And again, let's reach and right back in. Do one more. Finish with that left. Reach it away. Bring that leg back in. Hold there, lower your right, lower your left. Awesome, really, really good, you guys. Okay, and then from there, let's straighten our legs out. So toes reach away from the top of your head. Feel you're still in that nice neutral, ribs are still tight around your center, and your legs are about hip distance apart. Don't open them much wider than that. All right, and then let's bring our hands behind our head. Okay, so tuck your chin that little bit, curl up to flexion. It doesn't need to be a huge movement. Think of your shoulder blades just barely lifting off the mat. Your toes are reaching away from the top of your head. Slowly lower your upper body back down, keeping length through your body, lower, and then do that again. Tuck your chin. Slowly lower down. Two more like that. Tuck your chin, exhaling up. Keeping that neutral, so we should all feel that little space behind our low back. Remember, when we're coming up, we're moving our ribs down to the tops of those hip bones. You got it good, slowly back down. Now let's go one more. We're gonna stay up, tuck your chin that little bit, curl forward, holding when you're up there. So shoulder blades just barely lifting off the mat. You're looking out towards your toes. Even weight on your hips. Start with your right leg moving. Your left leg is gonna stay exactly as it is. Right leg comes to tabletop, hold it up there, and then reach it all the way back out. Now left leg, reach it up. Feel how your weight wants to shift in your hips. Try to minimize this shift. So think of your abs deepening. Reaching away. Abs deepen. Reach away. Now can we add a little bit of upper body to this? Upper body, a little bit more upper body. Curl a little higher as your leg pulls in. Lower your upper body slightly, leg back. Curling up, leg in. And reach back out. Good. Exhale. All the way out. Exhale. Good job. It was really, really nice. Keep that head heavy in those hands, but two more each way. Reaching all the way. Left. And reach. Last one, right. Exhale. All the way down. Last one, left. Exhale. All the way out. Lower that upper body right down. Good job, guys. Okay, hug those knees in again. Have a little roll side to side. All the way around. And then let's come on to our left sides. So lying on your left side, we're going to start with our heels underneath our bottoms. So the top of our head, our shoulder blades, our bum, and then our heels are all in the same line. Think of your long waistline, so your left ribs are a little bit lifted. Your right waistline is nice and long. And if you were lying just like this, you had that little space behind your low back, right? So keep that shape when you're here, all right? Heels are gonna stay together. You're just gonna lift your top knee up. So lift as high as you can keep your hips still. You can keep your hand on your hip to keep everything lined up. And then slowly come down to that hover. And then go back up. So exhale up, inhale down. So that's your right glute you're working. Your core is working, keeping your pelvis and really your whole body still. Really think about your pelvis staying still as you move. And get to your high point each time. So get up as high as you can keep your hips still and then control back down. Exhale up and inhale down. And just make sure you're relaxing through your neck so your left ear is just heavy, your left cheek is heavy on that arm. Even in neck tension. And down. Go two more like this. Get up to that high point, control. And then go one more, go right up and then stay at the top. So you can feel that extra bit of squeeze on your right glute, just holding your leg up there. So you can go up one more inch, just teeny, and then down an inch. So that's challenging your right glute a little bit more, but it's also challenging your abs, right? Because your whole body wants to move with that leg. So a little bit extra glute, a little bit of extra ab for 4. Go for 3, little squeeze. 2, little squeeze. Last one, hold it up there. Okay, so nothing is going to change through the left side of your body. Your right leg is going to come into medial rotation, knee down, foot up, and then foot down, knee up. Keep your waistlines long, just in, and then turn out. Good. 6 more like that. In and out. 5 more. In and out. 4. And 3 more. In Good. Out. Last two. In and out. Last one. In. Turn out. And then lower that leg all the way down. Okay, so take a breath. You're going to keep your left leg exactly as it is. Just reach your right leg straight up. So now, thinking light from your right toes to the top of your head, waistlines along, left ribs stay that little bit lifted. From here, you're gonna do a semicircle. So your right toes come down to the front edge of your mat, or like, about hip distance apart, and then back behind your mat's going the other way. Oh, you guys are all good with your mats. So toes down to the front edge of your mat, and then toes down to the back edge of your mat, keeping your pelvis still. So it would be fine to do that, right? Or it would be no big deal really to do that. But if you're really keeping your pelvis still, just moving your femur and your hip socket, you're gonna feel way more, not only in your glute, but also in your abs, right? Up and down, go for more. And down, last two. And back, last one. And back, and then reach straight underneath you. Take a breath, you ready? You're gonna do the same thing, except you're gonna do going through the arm. Up this way, and up here. Up to the front edge of your mat, down, up to the back edge of your mat. You got it. Oh my gosh, no one's making a sound.
I'm scared too.
Go 5, and up, go for 4. Up, 3 more, up, and up, absolutely keeping your body still as this leg moves. Last one, up, and then bend that leg all the way in. Okay, come onto your back, give your right glute a little stretch out before we finish that. So left leg bent, right leg opens out to the side. Try and stay neutral as you're stretching, so keeping your waistlines long instead of just tucking everything under. And then you can just pull your left leg in a little tighter. Just stretch that guy out. Chill, everybody. Just go for one more nice deep breath there. And then grab your ball. Pop it between your ankles and come to line on that same side. So line yourself up with like the front, the back, the middle of your mat, something so that you can feel that you are staying in line. Your left hand can be down, it can be back, whatever feels good. Top of your head really reaching from your toes though. You can keep your right hand down in front of you. To start, you just don't want to put all your weight into it. Eventually, you kind of, the goal is to go with your hand on your hip, but it's not easy to do. So we'll just start here. Okay, so toes reaching away from the top of your head. Keep that in mind as you're moving here. Lift those legs that little bit. Hold when you're there, and then slow control to a hover. So you're lifting your legs. You can have a light touch with your hand. Like I said, don't try not to put all your weight into that hand, and then slowly lower down. And it doesn't matter at all how high you lift your legs. It's about control, right? So you want to be able to lift, have a pause without your left ribs pressing down, and then lower your legs back with control, without just dropping. Up and control. So it all starts with your core, right? Abs deepen that little bit, your legs lift. Keep those abs working as you lower. And slow, good. Up, pause, and slow. 2 more. Good job. And up. Last one, up, pause, and then stay. And your left leg is going to stay exactly where it is. It is a wall. You're going to squeeze your top one down for 8. Squeeze down for 7. Squish that ball for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Your top leg is alone now. Squeeze your bottom one up for 8. Squeeze up for 7. Up for 6. 5, 4, 3. We do the fitness circle on Wednesday too. Last 1 and then lower all the way down. Okay. We're gonna spin over. Flip over. We're gonna same on the other side. Yeah, we did that fitness circle in your class, didn't we? Yeah. Do you feel you're in your class after that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we will lie heels underneath your bum and then lie with the rest of your body lined up, your head, back of your ribs, and then your tailbone all in that same line with your heels. Got her? Okay, so then keep those heels together, keep those hips stacked. You're just gonna go up here. So hold when you get to that high point. Remember your left hip shouldn't roll back. Keep them stacked, and then just lower back. Exhale up. So you don't have to lower your leg the whole way. Each time you can come up as high as you can, keep your hips still, and then lower just to that cover so your muscle doesn't ever turn off. You want to try and keep it engaged up and keep it engaged as you lower. Slow. Exhale. Up. Inhale. Slow. So that exhale helps to engage your low abs, which you need to keep your body still as this leg moves. So exhaling as you initiate the movement really helps to keep everything stable. Go for 4. Slow. 3. Slow. Last 2. And down, and then go 1 more. Squeeze right up. Hold at the top, squeeze up 1 more inch, and down an inch, little inch, down, go 6 like that. Get good, keeping those right ribs that little bit lifted, not letting them press down. 4, 3, 2, last one, lift up, stay. Now knee down, foot up, so that's medial rotation, and then foot down, knee up, that's lateral rotation. Medial rotation of your femur, and then lateral rotation, turn it out. Good. In and out. For 5. In and out. 4 more. And out. 3 more. In and out. Last 2. And out. Last 1. In and out, and then lower all the way down. Okay, so take a breath, and we're gonna reach this left leg straight out. So it's gonna start around hip height. You don't need to go really high. Remember, the goal is to keep your pelvis, really your entire body, still as this left leg moves. So little rainbow, toes down to the front edge of the mat, and then toes down to the back edge, keeping your waistlines long, up and down, up and down. Your head wherever it feels good. You wanna keep your hips still. Down. Good. Go for 4. And 3 more. Keep reaching as you make those little semicircles. 2. Last 1. And down. And then keep reaching straight out. Hold when you're there. Now you're going to go up at the front edge of your mat and then up at the back. Again, keeping your right ribs from pressing down. That would be stabilizing with your bones instead of using your core. We want to use our core. Go for 4. And back. 3 more. And back. Last 2. And back. Last 1. Up. And back. And then bend all the way up. Okay, let's stretch out that left glute. So left foot in front of your right knee, hug behind that right knee. Take a nice couple of breaths, stretching that out. Feel that left glute, guys. Feels good. 2 more nice deep breaths there. You can keep pulling your right knee in, opening that left one out, whatever feels good. And then grab your ball, pop it back between your ankles, and then lie on that right side. We'll get those inner thighs. So left hand can be in front of you. If that felt good, having your hand on your hip, go for that again. Toes are reaching away from the top of your head. Waistlines are long. Everything is nice and lengthened. You're looking just straight ahead, and then reach out through your toes. Think of reaching away as you lift. And then keep reaching as you lower back down. So exhale and inhale down. It doesn't matter at all how high you go. You just don't want your right ribs to press down, and you don't want to be putting all of your weight into your left hand. And down. Exhale. Up. Inhale. Right down. Exhale. Inhale. Down. 4. And down. 3 more. And down. Abs deep. Good. 2. That head heavy on that arm. Last one. Up. Stay there. Keep your left leg where it is. Squeeze your right one up for 8. Squeeze for 7. Squeeze 6. That top leg is a wall. 5. 4. And squeeze from the top of your thighs with your upper inner thigh. 2. Last one. Keep your bottom leg where it is. It's a wall. Squeeze your top one down for 8. Squeeze for 7. Squeeze 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, and then lower all the way. Okay, pop that ball off to the side. Come back onto your back. Bring the soles of your feet together and just let your knees fall open. Give those inner thighs a little bit of a stretch out there. For a nice couple of deep breaths. One more nice deep breath there. Then grab your squish ball. Just make sure your weights are within arm's reach. Okay, we're gonna go. If your ball is really inflated, does anyone have a ball that's really inflated? Just take a little bit of air out of it. Yeah, take a little bit of air. You want it to be kind of squishy because we're gonna do a little. Is that ball inflated? Is that one okay? We're going to put it underneath us here. If it's really inflated, it just doesn't feel nearly as good. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have the ball underneath our tailbone. We're going to have our weights by our sides. All right. So with your tailbone on top of the ball, really feel that it's your tailbone, not your low back. With your tailbone on top of the ball, we really need to keep our neutral. So really hug those ribs around your center. Think about that connection. Almost like your floating ribs are connecting towards one another. And then from here, let's just start with our heels lifting. Really good. So a little bit of extra work on your abs already. And then let's bring our right leg up. And then bring your left leg up as well. So hold there. The closer your knees are to your chest, the less work it is on your abs. Try to start and kind of finish each movement with your knees directly on top of your hips, all right? And then we're going to start. We'll do this. We're going to start with our arms too. Grab your weights in your hands. Just have your elbows down and stay. Whoa. Got them? Let's see what we can do, guys. Okay, let's start with our right arm. Reach it up. Right arm reaches up, but your right shoulder blade stays flat against the mat. So think about that. Your shoulder blade presses down as your arm reaches up. And then do the same thing left. Left shoulder blade presses down as your left arm reaches up. So that's a lot more surface area down, keeping you steady as your shoulder blades stay flat against the mat. If you reach them up, it's much more unstable, so it's up to you what you want to do. Stay when you're feeling pretty stable. All I want you to do is squeeze your thighs together and move them away from you 1 inch like we did before. And then pull your thighs back in that same little inch. So legs together, move them away 1 inch or so. and then pull right back in. If you feel super unsteady, you're welcome to bring your arms down. That is totally fine. Legs away that little bit, abs deepen, legs pull in, keeping that nice neutral in your spine. 2 more. And in, and then go for 1 more, legs away that little bit, pull them back in, and stay. So knees right on top of your hips. From here, how about your right arm? Let's open it out to the side. You don't need to touch the ground, just open it out a bit, and then pull it back in. And then do the same thing, left. So opening your left arm, keeping your right shoulder blade pressing into the mat, and then press back out. Right arm opens, left shoulder blade is heavy, and then press up. Left arm opens, right shoulder blade is heavy, and press back up. Good, 1 more right. Keep that left shoulder blade pressing into the mat. And then 1 more left. Keep that right shoulder blade pressing into the mat. Very good, you guys. Come all the way up. Now stay. How about those collarbones? Are they wide or your shoulder blade still pressing into the mat? Your body is still neutral, right? You're gonna reach your right leg out. You don't need to go fast, you don't need to go all the way, whatever feels good. Bring that right leg back in, hold, and then go left, reaching out. And then slow, come back in. Right again, exhale, abs deepen. Inhale as you pull in, keeping the back of your ribcage nice and heavy. Left. And right back in. You ready? Let's add an arm. So we'll go right leg, left arm, reach away from each other. And then come all the way back in. And go left leg, right arm, reach away. And then all the way back in. Let's do that again. Exhale out. Inhale in. And switch. Exhale out. Inhale. Very good. 1 more each way like this. And back. Let's go here. Reach. And in, then take a breath. You ready? You're going to go both legs. They don't need to go straight. They don't need to go low. Just do whatever feels good. Reach them away that bit. And then pull them back. And can we add the arms with that? Legs away, arms overhead. And then right back in. So exhale as you move away. Keep those ribs hugging around your center and in. If you feel your back, just decrease your range of movement. You've got 4 more like this, then we're gonna have a little break. 3, reach. Little pause when you're out there, abs deepen, pull in. Last 2. And last one, let's reach. All the way back in. Lower your right, lower your left. Lower those arms. And then just lift those hips off the ball. Hug those knees in, have a little roll. Good job, guys.
Really in my quads.
You really felt it in your quads?
Is it maybe just because I did something this morning?
No, if you feel your quads, your quads were working instead of your abs were working.
Yeah.
Do you feel you didn't feel your abs as much as normal?
Not as
Maybe?
much. So would you think it was my ball placement?
You know, it could be. It can just be if your core's tired, then your quads will take over. That's like the movement your quads are meant to do.
Yeah.
We want to transfer it to our abs. You know? How's that? You guys did really, really good balance. Okay, we're gonna come up to a 4-point yell. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Yeah, that can be in like any of those reaching your legs away exercises. Your quads can just take over.
Yeah.
That's what I know. Okay, so hands, really make sure they're underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Your core is connected. So think of pulling your belly button up, kind of away from the floor that little bit. Trying to keep this neutral, so we don't want to end up here, unless we're doing cat tricks, which we'll do in a sec, but just as we're working, you want to stay neutral. Now let's start with our right leg. Kick it straight out behind you, and just stay when you're out there. So your toes are reaching away from the top of your head. You can lift up that right leg and stay there. Automatically, you can probably feel how your weight wants to shift to the left. Don't let it. Keep that left knee under your left hip. And then all you want to do is bend your right knee in, barely touch, and then kick straight back out. So just in. As you kick your right leg out, think of pressing into your right knee a little bit to keep those right, oh my gosh, as you bend your right knee in, press into your left knee a little bit to keep those left obliques active. That's what I'm trying to say. Left knee presses as your right leg extends. We're going to go 4 more here. Could be really, really easy, but if you're keeping that left knee directly under your left hip, you should feel lots through those left obliques. Yeah. Last one in. Press, reach back out, and then stay. Now, can you bring your left hand up to your left hip? If that feels terrible, you can keep your left hand down. That's totally fine. Now from here, just tap those toes down. So straight leg. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Good, go for 5, and lift. Keep lengthening, that's fine. 4, and lift. 3 more, tap, up. 2 more, tap, and up. Last one, tap, and up. Bring that left hand down, bring that right leg down. Sit back to a shell stretch. How good does that feel?
Oh. Do you have some weight in cramping? In your foot?
Okay, fine.
Me too.
There's funny foot position, like reaching through your feet. People often, when they first do Pilates, there was funny. No, were you talking about that, Tracy? No, it was someone else. It was really having a sore foot. Just like don't over. It's hard not to when I'm saying reach, but sometimes it's just not what we're used to.
He has these problems. At night, here, last night, and he was swearing.
Oh my god, foot cramps. Okay, so we're gonna do actually. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So hands back underneath those shoulders again. Find those nice long waistlines. Kick your left leg out. Watch that your weight wants to shift to the right. You're not gonna let it. Lift that left leg up, and then all you're gonna do is bend in, and then press back. So keeping your hips as still as you can. That left hip wants to lift as you extend that leg in. We're not going to let it. As you have like a tray of drinks on your back, you don't want to tip anything over. Elbows are straight but not locked, and really think about the back of that neck staying long. Don't let your head just hang. 3 more. Pressing through that right knee as you extend your left back. Last one in. Reach out, stay. So if you want to, lift that right arm up, pop it on your right hip, and then from there with a straight leg, just tap your left, lift. Down, exhale, up. Inhale, down. Reaching as you move that leg. Feel that length. For 4. And up. Go for 3. Tap, and up. Last 2. Tap, and up. Last 1, tap, and up, and then bend that leg in, bring that arm in, sit back to that shell stretch again. And then let's come all the way up. Okay, so now we know what a cat stretch is, right? We're going to do that kind of a movement, except we're going to add a leg with it. So we're going to kick our right leg out again. Lift it up, reach through your toes. Left knee stays underneath your left hip. Extend your left arm in front. If you feel unsteady, you can just do the leg bit, that's fine. Now we're going to pull our right knee in, pull your left arm in, and come into that little cat stretch with your spine. So rounding your back.
and then reach all the way up. So thinking length, go 5 more like that. Rounding, scooping those abs up, and reach. 4 more. Watching that your weight isn't shifting either left or right. You're trying to keep your weight as centered as possible. Watch that right elbow. Don't let it lock. Last 2. And reach. Last 1. In. Reaching long. Left hand down. Right knee down. Take a breath. You can do the same thing on the other side. So let's kick our left knee out. Lift up. Send your right fingertips out in front. Really reaching fingertips from toes. And then come into that little cat stretch. Knee in, elbow back. And reach long. So again, thinking of your weight staying centered. Watch that left elbow. In for 5. In for 4. Scooping those abs up, rounding. Reach in for 3. Last 2. Last 1. Reach all the way. Drop that hand down. Drop that knee down. And then sit back to a shell stretch again. Take a couple breaths centered here. And then let's walk our hands over the left side of our mat. So you can walk them right off. That feels good. Think of your right hip staying heavy as you really reach up for your right fingertips. So just feel that nice stretch through the right side of your body. And then walk your hands all the way across to the right side of your mat, really reaching for your left fingertips. Left hip stays heavy. And then walk those hands back to the center. Come back up. So to a 4-point kneel, so hands back under your shoulders, knees under your hips. All right, we're going to keep our right leg out. So have your toes down. Reach through your heel a bit. Think of that whole right side of your body being really nice and long. And then kick your left out and hold there. So feeling the top of your head reach from your heels. You're just in a nice plank here. We're going to pull our chin into our chest. Pick up those hips. Press yourself back to a downward dog. Holding there, so feeling your tail kind of reaching up to the ceiling as your heels get closer to the ground. And then let's walk out our feet. So you can bend your right leg, press your left heel down, and then switch. 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 And then press both heels down. And then shift your weight back up onto your toes and then all the way out to your hands. Bring your right knee into your chest. Turn it out and then just come down for a little stretch here. Got it. So you can come down as low as feels good. Turn that right leg out as much as you can. Nice couple of breaths there. Two more nice deep breaths, really letting go of that right hip. So with your exhales, just think of completely relaxing through that hip joint. Walk those hands back under your shoulders. Curl your left toes under. Step your right back, and then step that left in, turn it right out.
There's one go. He's sleeping. Remember with your exhales, just letting go through that left hip, just letting your body, the weight of your body, deepen the stretch for you. And walk those hands back underneath your shoulders. Curl those right toes under again. Step your left toes back. Press yourself back to that downward dog. Again, drop those heels nice and low. And then let's walk our hands into our feet. Right, left, right, left. And then hang in that forward fold. Bring your weight back to your heels. Just take a nice couple of breaths there. Give your head a rock back and forth. Give your shoulders a little roll out. And then let's just roll ourselves all the way up. So pressure into those heels as you step all the way up. Shoulders roll down. You're all finito. Nice work, guys. Excellent job, guys. Have a nice weekend.
That was good. It's amazing how it affects little movements.
Wow, there's Robin was here. 1, 2, 3, and Robin 4 guys. I'm impressed. Nice work, guys. Have a good weekend.